Well, here's another case where Let's Go Help members are teaching me when I'm supposed to be teaching them. Maybe that's what happens when you get real old. It does happen because you got to keep relearning. But here's something a nice, lovely member just sent a post yesterday showing you all the 50 states and what they have for their own state stimulus package. That's the name. We all know about the federal packages, but every state has many of these things too. And this is a good source to start with because then even if you only have one source at the state and maybe it's not for you, they're the office that you could say, hey, where else in the state can I get help? So this program, I mean, this article is great, and that's what's interesting about the internet. What you have to look for are articles like this that what they call curate. See, sure, all this stuff is in Google, but that's 3 billion websites, and you'll never find them. And the stuff that's free are never going to advertise. And so there's no motive for Google to show you any of these. So you have to do the work. And that's why you have to stay away from Google and find these articles that tell you about opportunities. It's better than searching Google. So if you do search Google, you just put in news. You click on news and not just all the goddamn websites there are. But here you download. I'll put this link in the description so you can download this link to this report, and it shows you state by state. Oh, you got it. Let me click the states, and we go through some of these states and what they have. Yeah, like California has $600 to $1,100. For people in California as a stimulus thing. Every state had. Connecticut has $1,000. Idaho, 50. Well, it could help, right? Kansas, listen to this. Kansas has 12 to 13,000 people who did not pick up their checks, did not cash their checks yet. That's amazing. Stimulus checks. Louisiana has $500. There are, Maryland, I know, has $500 for everybody. Look at Maryland. Actually, I think California, the income is of $75,000. And also, like Vermont has $7,500 grant to relocate. Now, who would ever thought of something like that, right? And that's the kind of help that's out there. So that's why this list is very important. I'll put it in the description. So you have it and go through it to see what your state may have. Then you have something. Okay, this is what I need. See, we don't know what to ask for. This is why I used to wear the question mark suit, because the answers are easy if it's the right question. So who would have thought? Oh, well, a moving grant or a relocation grant. You don't know, or it's called something else. I mean, a lot of this money, a stimulus will not even be a check. It'll just be paying for something that you have, or they call it direct payments and not a grant. So that's why all that gets confusing, and that's why it's looking for things like this. People who curate, find this stuff and share it with you, and not people who are going to sell you something. See, there's a lot of this stuff too, just from people just trying to tease you and get you in the door, and then you think that they're the nicest people in the world, and then you start giving them money. And if you don't have money, that's not something good to do. You don't get out of financial problems by spending money. Now, I don't know why we do it, because we don't know our options. So that's it. So you got to know your options, and they're out there. And that's what I try to do for, even if you're not a member. See, we set up something called Let's Go Reports for non-member. And that's where, see, I'm trying to make it really cheap for people. Let's see, how do we get there? Online store, view my store. There's my store. Okay, so here is where you could go in for $5.95, get a report from every state about all the people that are sources in that state for anything you want to do. In other words, if you want to get money to start a business, well, here are the best sources of money in your state. Not the applications. The sources lead you to the application. You got to know the sources, because the applications may or may not. You need help and understanding and what's there, and then they know other things. That's the way to start this, because otherwise it'll be just going around in Google circles forever, and you don't want to do that. You want to start talking to people who are sources who get paid by the government to help you find those. So why pay me when the people out there getting paid by the government to help you find them? And that's it. So anything, whether it's housing, education, jobs, bills and expenses, health care, dental care, pet care, real estate, buying houses, fixing up houses, all this stuff. That's what's available to you. And these reports are $5.95. That's why I make it cheap. They should be free because it's all free government information. But I'm trying to put it as cheap as possible so we can keep doing these, update them, and have a place in our country that you could go and learn, because the politicians don't do it well. The government agencies don't do it. It's just too complicated. So it looks like I better do this because nobody else is going to do it. So this is my mission, until I'm not here anymore. So, so take a look. And even if you don't use me, just remember that stuff is there, whether you use it or not. And there's a lot of free sources of help. You can go to your local library, your elected official. They're the people. Start talking to people. It's the source that's important. Somebody said something about the source be with you. I forget. Oh, did it again.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't even notice.